Okay, I guess I like the design quite a bit. Is this the size the sleeve's going to be, or is it going to be bigger? I noticed you can only get a 1.5-inch pipe in there. Are you better off having a smaller diameter, thicker pipe, or for the same weight for strength, am I better off having a thinner pipe but a bigger diameter? That's one of my questions. I like how the D-ring is. That seems pretty solid. We were talking, does it need more layers of stitching on it, or is that sufficient? I guess we have been having some problems with stuff ripping apart. For this D-ring, how will the center be then? I assume it'll be just like it is now, only there'll also be some mesh sewn on this side too, but it'll be the same strip with the same ring like that. Is that correct? The final thing is, it seems like the vinyl on the centers of the current tarp I have, the vinyl seems to rip pretty easily. So is there another material that would be more durable, or if it starts to rip, it won't keep ripping? If there isn't, we kind of came up with this idea of putting webbing and wrapping around, so if it starts to rip, if it starts to rip here or something, it could only rip in between the two webbing, and then it would kind of stop before it'd have a total catastrophe. Another idea was to bring webbing all the way around and then bring it back, so the stitching isn't just, the vinyl doesn't just interface with the mesh just on these two little seams, but if you had webbing going down and then crossing in like a lattice, then it just seems like there'd be more surface area to connect the vinyl to the mesh. I can see for example, in the corners, we seem to see the most tearing and the most stress. Maybe the pipe will make it easy enough on the tarp that we won't need all this extra reinforcement, but I guess that if it's not expensive and you think it'll provide any value, I guess I'm for it. Another thing, put an angle 1 on the angles to add more support at the angles. I don't know if that's necessary or not, but I guess I just fear, and I'll send some pictures too, of our current design. The webbing will be here, and then the webbing will rip away from the rest of the mesh right along this seam, and kind of want to prevent that from happening again.